Hi guys, welcome back. Today I've got one for all you runners out there. We are doing a strength training workout for runners. So it's going to focus a lot on the back body, so the whole posterior chain, including upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes, hamstrings, all that good stuff, and a lot of core work as well. All you will need is a small exercise ball. If you do not have that, a small cushion will work as well, and a mat. And we will go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're gonna start off standing here for just a little bit. So I'm gonna turn to the side so you guys can see. Feet are going to be all the way together, so a nice little narrow squat. We're gonna start from that narrow squat, okay? So find that position, and then from there we're going to go straight back to a lunge. So drop right leg back, touch it in. Step back, touch in. So you're always going to touch it back in to that narrow squat. It's never going to be a full standing position. Make sure you are stepping far enough back that left heel stays down. You should start to get a little bit of a burn in the left glute and hamstring. Give me 3, 2, we stay down on 1. Make sure you are centered. Weight is evenly distributed between the two legs. And of course, we're pulsing. What else? Squeeze the butt super, super tight. So you're staying tucked under here. Again, we want to get back body going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, now you can come all the way up, tuck knee in, drop it back again, lift, drop it back. So a little bit of core work here with the balance and still a whole lot of back body. So for runners specifically, you really want to make sure you have strong glutes and hamstrings and core to keep everything nice and supported. Good for speed too. And go for 2, 1. Good. Bring it down. Other side. So we'll drop right back down to that narrow squat here. Tuck navel in. Make sure heels are down. Step back. Whoop. Left foot. Touch in. This should be my better side. This is my dominant side. I don't know. Sometimes weird things happen. Sometimes you need to just do a few to find the rhythm of it. So such a burner, this one, for such a simple move. Give me 3, 2, 1. Stay back in that lunge. Again, weight evenly distributed. Tuck navel in, butt tucks under, front heel pressing down, and just pulsing it out here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then knee, whoop, all the way up, drop it back. All the way up, drop it back. So big steps back here so you can get nice and low in it, and make sure you're not leaning forward. So tray of drinks on your head, it should stay balanced. If you are leaning the torso forward, you're gonna spill. And also all the weight is gonna go in the quad, which is what we're trying to avoid. Last 2, and 1, and done. Give it a little shake out. That's it for standing. Grab your ball, we're gonna drop it down to the mat. All right, so we're on the mat here. Hopefully you guys have your ball or cushion handy. We're gonna take that ball or cushion, put it behind the left knee. So from hands and knees here, I want you to just squeeze that ball or cushion nice and tight, flex the foot, tuck navel in. So weight will be pulling up through the midsection, not just like sinking into the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, we lift. Inhale, touch. Exhale, lift. Inhale, touch. So really squeezing the glute there, keeping the navel drawn in tight so we're not getting into the lower back. If you do start to feel a lot of the lower back or it's straining, then I want you to drop down to the forearms. So it'll just help keep that a slightly more neutral angle for you. But you should be feeling a nice little burn, kind of a cramping burn even in the hamstring. False cramp, false friend. Ignore. selected a slightly too large ball. Feels a little weird. So be conscious with the size of ball you choose. You should be able to get that heel in pretty close to the butt, ideally. So don't choose one that's so big that's just like a little weird to hold. Give me 4, 3, 2. We're gonna keep it lifted on 1, and we pulse naturally. Make sure you're not locking out the elbows here. Keep squeezing it. Lift, lift, lift. If you want more of a challenge, you could try lifting up right hand here. Find that balance there. A little extra core stability just for kicks. Don't have to do it, but you can. And give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it high, heel to butt. You're just gonna squeeze in on that ball. So this is what I mean by the false cramp. It's gonna feel crampy, but it's not a real cramp. It's just not. It's just your hamstrings working. Remember to breathe here. Keep squeezing, keep that knee lifted. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we combo. Lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze, pulse, squeeze. So one thing to notice here, there's a possibility that you'll be feeling your supporting glute more than the active glute. So that would be your right glute right now rather than the left. Ideally, you want to be feeling both of them. If you do just feel completely that supporting glute, that's going to be a little bit of an indication that your glutes are a little bit sleepy. They're a little bit unreactive, which is, I mean, good thing to know. It's not ideal. We don't want it to stay that way, but by doing these kinds of unilateral exercises, you will target it. So they will get stronger. Don't worry if you're just feeling that supporting, it is still getting stronger by supporting. Go for 2 and 1. Good. Bring it down. Just put that ball off to the side for a second here. We'll stay on the same side. So extend the left leg all the way long now. Right arm comes long. Soft bend in the left elbow. You're going to exhale up. Inhale. Tuck knee to elbow, reach it long again, and touch down. So it's going to be a lift, tuck, reach, and down. So really good core exercise here. You're really tucking navel up and in, and core is so important for running, especially if you're doing any kind of distance running. I've heard a lot of sad stories of people who have run marathons and finished the marathon with big old lower back injury because they've been collapsing onto that lower back because the core was not ready for it. So really good if you're training for any kind of distance to make sure core is ready. And go for 3 and 2. Last 1. And release. Give it a quick shake out there, and we'll take it to the second side. So pop that ball behind the right knee. I have such a large, unmanageable ball. Okay. Tuck the foot in toward the butt. Flex the foot, navel in. Inhale, exhale, lift. And touch. Lift. And touch. And a magical thing has happened in the new year. Suddenly, I'm capable of starting with my non-dominant side. So if you guys remember last year, all my videos, I had the worst habit of starting with my dominant side, hitting side 2, not being in a good place because it was side 2 and my non-dominant. And you know what? People are capable of great change. So yeah, always try to start with your non-dominant side. It does make a difference. So keep pressing up through the heel till you feel that little bit of a shake. And it is important here that you're pushing through the heel rather than through the toes because it's just gonna get a little bit more of the back of the leg, which again is what we are after. For 3, 2, keep it up on 1, little pulses. So super controlled, focus that energy just in the glute. Again, if you wanted a little extra challenge, you could pop up the left hand here, see what that does, see how that feels. You don't have to. But make sure shoulders are relaxed here. That energy is in the middle. So imagine you have like a rope tied around your waist, just pulling you up to the ceiling as you keep pulsing forever and ever and ever. Now for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze in on that ball. Just squeeze, squeeze. Remember to breathe. So gaze is slightly ahead of you here. Neck nice and long and neutral. Keep that knee lifted. And let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We combo, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze. Keep it going. I know it's probably getting a little bit shaky. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, ball. It's been fun. Not really, but you've served your purpose. So get rid of that ball here. We're going to take right leg long, left arm long. Inhale. On your exhale, lift, tuck, reach, touch back down. So lift, tuck, and when I say tuck, I mean like really tuck. So you're gonna go from a plain to a mountain or a hill. Knee to nose. You can see if you could touch your knee to your nose. Ugh! I can, but I think it's just because I have a really big beak. Makes it easier. And give me 3, 2, and 1. And done. Good. Give it a little shake out here. We're going to drop out all the way down to the mat. So I do usually recommend for this one, add a little padding under the hips. Doesn't feel good to just have your hip bones digging into the mat. So I do recommend going for that. I'm gonna do it, you can do it too. Legs long, arms long, so kind of a narrow X formation here. Looking down at the floor, you're gonna inhale. On your exhale, everything's just going to lift. Keep legs nice and straight here. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift, pointing through the toes. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Inhale, release. So another really good one for core strength and the entire back body working together in sweet harmony. So just holding for a second at the top every time. And let's do 3, and 2, 1. Good, stay up. You're just gonna swim the arms back, take the feet together, and then reach long in front. So everything comes back, reach it long back into that X. Everything tucks back, heels together, reach it long. So as the arms come back, that little bit of pull from the arms will just help lift the chest slightly. Go for 5 more here. Keeping everything lifted, no sliding on the floor. Last 2. and 1. Reach everything long, and just finally swimming it out here. So you could always modify, take everything down, do 1 arm, 1 leg, always opposite arm, opposite leg, and then switch. Or if you want to go full steam ahead, everything swimming here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Hands underneath shoulders here. Press hips all the way back into a delightful feeling child's pose. Give that lower back a little bit of a release. So strong lower back is so important for runners. I think it's an area that gets a little bit overlooked. So we're all gonna train it right here, as we just did. And let's give everything a nice big stretch out. So we're gonna take a seat here. Let's see, let's turn aside. So take a seat here, legs long in front of you. I want you to bend right knee, tuck it into the chest here, sit up nice and tall into it. So first, we'll take a twist toward it. So you're gonna hug that right knee, twist, look back over the right shoulder. Now I take your left hand to the outer arch of the right foot. You're gonna extend that leg into it. Hold it there. So you're really twisting into it, getting a little bit of the IT band. Tends to be an area that's a little bit tight on runners. Bring it back around to the front. You're gonna cross right hand over the top, lift up into it there. So getting that hamstring stretch. You could always have a little bit of a bend in the knee and then slowly extend, pushing through the heel and bend. So you have that option as well. And then bring that foot down where we started it. This time we're gonna come to the inside. So you're just going to reach around, reaching for the left foot, tucking down inside of it. And release. So extend right leg, left knee comes in here, twist to your left, hug that knee in, sit nice and tall here. And then grab outer arch of the foot, pow, extend it. And then we'll cross over the top, lift it up. Again, you could play with just bending and then extending. So it's kind of a nice way of easing into that hamstring stretch a little bit more. See if you can walk in a little bit closer to the face. Hello. And then release it down. Come to the inside, reach long over that right leg. And release. Flip it over. Come onto hands and knees. Few more good stretches here. So step the left foot forward. We're gonna come into a nice low lunge. Take the right hand behind the right hip, put a little bit of pressure on it. So you're just squaring up the hips. So it's a nice little self-correct there. And then drop the right hand to mat here. You're going to circle the left arm back, put a bend in the right knee. You might need to wiggle around a little bit to find the top of that foot. Pull in, sink a little bit lower into that lunge. So big quad stretch. And release, frame the left foot, roll hips back, find a half split here. So just reaching long, give the toes a little pull back with the opposite hand, so right hand, and press down over it. Nice deep breaths, letting that hamstring release. And go ahead, come out of it. We'll switch sides. So right foot steps forward into that nice low lunge. Give the left hip a slight little push forward, so just a little bit of pressure there. Touch the left hand down, right arm, woo, goes all the way back. Find the top of that left foot, pull in and sink down into it. So it's not just pulling in, hanging out back there, it's that drop into that lunge from there that's really gonna make it feel nice and juicy. And release, frame the foot, roll hips back again there, and grab the toes with the opposite hand, pull back. And go ahead and release. There we go. So that is our workout for runners. So you guys, if you are runners, be sure to do this routine at least once a week. You can mix in with some of my other routines as well, which also have a lot of core emphasis as well as lower body, so any of those can be quite good. This was just a little bit more targeted. So if you enjoyed this routine, please give it a like below and be sure that you are subscribed so you can see all of my fresh workout videos coming at you every Monday. And until the next one, bye!